So what do? We act and we make dua. Now when you make dua to Allah Ta'ala to support your brothers and sisters, okay, for Allah Ta'ala to respond to you, you need to respond to Him, right? Correct or no? Keep your head up so you don't feel like. If you want Allah Ta'ala to answer your dua, we Muslims now, how many Muslims in the world? How many Muslims? More than 2 billions. Yani, how many people in the world?
7, 8 billion?
About 7. Okay. Yani Muslims about how much percent? More than 25%. Right?
Yes.
Approximately every 4 people in the planet, one of them is a Muslim. Despite the fact that Muslims are sleeping. They're not doing enough da'wah. They're not acting upon their religion. Right? They're not acting upon their religion. All Muslims now in the world, they're making dua to Allah to support our brothers and sisters in Gaza and in Palestine in general, right? And look, yani, it's not only in Gaza, right? It's not only in Gaza. In the West Bank is not ruled by the Palestinian resistance, is ruled by the Palestinian Authority. Every single day, until now, in the past 30 days, they killed 182 Palestinians in the West Bank. The Zionists, the Israelis, they killed until now 100 at least. I don't know if now the number changed. As of yesterday, 182 at least, they were killed by the Israelis, the Zionists, the terrorists. Why? What did those people in the West Bank do? They did nothing. One of them, he was just going to collect his olives. He went to his orchard just to pick the olives. They shot him. The settlers, those thieves of the land, they shot him. So those settlers, they're all armed. They're like gangs, terrorist militias. They're terrorist militias. They're killing Palestinians in the West Bank, destroying their homes, even burning their olive trees. Even they're caught on video. We don't fake videos like those murderers, right? We don't fake pictures and babies and stuff, and then we say, no. Now we see the babies who are dying now because of the terrorism of Israel. We see them, right? Cutting fuel to the hospitals. Until now, 2 babies from those who were in the incubators, they died. We see who's killing babies. We see who has killed so far more than 4,500 children. We see who made about 1,500 kids under the rubble there. Some of them dead, some of them alive. Allahu A'lam. Allah knows best. So, people also in the West Bank, they're suffering from this Israeli terrorism on a daily basis. Right? So it's not about the Palestinian resistance. It's about this is an apartheid system or regime. A regime that aims at ethnic cleansing, arming those Zionist militias as Britain did when they established their so-called state in 1947, 1948. This is how the British, they gave arms to those militias, and even those militias, by the way, they were targeting the British soldiers because they wanted Britain to leave quick. And even I watched a documentary where the BBC, the British Broadcasting establishment or corporation, they were saying in that documentary, and those terrorist Zionists, they killed British soldiers, etc. So they were calling them terrorists. So now they're not terrorists. What changed? They're still doing the same thing, killing the indigenous people. Who are the indigenous people of Palestine? The Palestinians. Killing them, destroying their homes, stealing their land, stealing their their olives. They're caught on video. They did not allow the Palestinians to move to their, to go to their, to pick their olive. This is now the season of picking olives, right?
Yeah.
They did not allow them, and then they allowed the settlers, and you see the settlers on video. They're stealing the olive and filling it in bags and running away. On video, they're caught. And a Palestinian man going to pick his olive, they shot him. This is on video. Anyway, the point is, brothers, we want to make dua for our brothers and sisters in Gaza, in the West Bank, everywhere. If we want Allah to answer our dua and to respond to us, we first have to respond to Allah Ta'ala. Right? If you're negligent in your prayer until now, stop being negligent in your prayer. Maintain your prayer on time. If you're until now negligent in learning your basics, the basics of Islam, go learn. If you're truly honest and sincere, you want Allah Ta'ala to give relief to our brothers and sisters there, respond to Allah so Allah responds to us. I was saying 2 billion Muslims, right? More than 2 billion Muslims, they're all making dua. Maybe there's a reason Allah Ta'ala is not answering right away. Allah has his own wisdom, but this might be a reason that we're not responding to Allah how Allah wants to respond, how we want Allah to respond to us, subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's why our scholars, they taught us, if you truly want Allah Ta'ala to help you, okay, to respond to you, respond to Allah. Quit sins. See the sins that you're doing. Every one of us, he knows what sins are, right? Every one of us knows that looking at bad pictures or bad videos or bad movies is haram. Everyone knows that shouting at our parents or not respecting them is haram. These are agreed upon haram things, correct? Right? Every one of us knows that we cannot miss any salah. That's agreed upon obligation, right? So we have to respond to Allah Ta'ala. We have to make use of our time and use it in the way that pleases Allah Ta'ala. We have to pray our salawat on time and get up before Fajr prayer and make dua to Allah. That's the best time to make dua to Allah. And these days are the days of the winter, the fall and the winter. They're very short. They're very short days. Try to fast. When you're fasting, your dua is more possible to be accepted by Allah Ta'ala, right? Because Allah Ta'ala answers the dua of those who are fasting. So try to fast Mondays and Thursdays, the white days, 13, 14, 15. Quit the sins, resort to Allah, make dua, right? This is how we support our brothers and sisters. This is one way. This is one way for our dua, inshallah, to be accepted, right? So let's work on ourselves. Reconcile or fix your relationship with Allah Ta'ala. Make dua and act. There are so many legal ways that you can take to support your brothers and sisters, right? We should never neglect this. If you're a true believer, you have to know that these are brothers and sisters and you should ache and feel pain for them as if they are part of your body. That's Iman. That's Islam. The Prophet ﷺ said like this. First of all, Allah said like this, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةً. Surely the believers are brothers and sisters. Number one. Number two, the Prophet ﷺ said, right? And there are many ayat, of course, so many ayat, not one. The Prophet ﷺ said, الْمُؤْمِنُ لِلْمُؤْمِنِ كَالْبُنْيَانِ. The believer with the believer like the one building. مَثَلُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. The example of the believers in their fraternity and love and empathy and cooperation is like one body. If one part of it feels pain, all of the rest of the body will cooperate with fevers and lack of sleep. Do we feel that? Or we don't care. If you don't care, you're not a true Muslim. You're not a true Muslim. You're not a kafir, but you're not a true Muslim. You're not a full Muslim. You're not a perfect Muslim. You need to check your Islam. Go learn. Muslims, they're supposed even to defend even non-Muslims. The Muslim state, they are even responsible by Allah Ta'ala if oppressed people who are non-Muslim, they bring oppressed, Muslims should support them. So what about Muslims? Muslims should even support the non-Muslims who are being oppressed. So what about our own brothers and sisters? Huh? We should support them. Right? So action. We said first, reconcile and fix your relationship with Allah Ta'ala. Right? Step 2, do dua. They don't have to go together. But first, yeah, step 1 is essential. You have to fix your relationship with Allah Ta'ala. You have to learn. You have to act upon what you learn. And advise your brothers and sisters, friends. Advise your friends. Raise their awareness. Explain to them. Be courageous. Don't be a coward. Well, I don't want to talk about this. Then they're gonna tell me you're this, you're this. You're on the side of the truth. The truth is in your side. The truth is manifest. It's manifest, clear. Who is committing terrorism is very manifest and clear. Who is killing children and women by the thousands? Who's shelling hospitals and schools and churches and mosques? It's clear. It's on video. They cannot lie. Right? They're lying, but we don't believe them. Right? We see how many lies have been exposed by them. They have always lied. Right? They have always been lying. So, welcome, Yusuf. Okay. The third thing is action. You have to see all the legal possible ways and means to help your brothers and sisters. Especially the protest. Every single protest. Unless you have an excuse. You have a really valid excuse not to go. Otherwise, everyone should go. Everyone should go. All families should go. Father, mother, everyone. We should all go in big numbers to say that we can never be silent to the killing of innocent people. These are our brothers and sisters. We can never be silent. We have to keep shouting and keep speaking up until they stop killing them. Because here, this country is giving the green light to those killers and giving them weapons and giving them money, right? So we have to go and speak up. Even some scholars, they said like Shafi'is and Hanbalis, they said even you should change what is evil, even if you think it want to change. Even if you think they're not going to listen to you. You have to do your part. We have to do our part. Some people say, these protests will not do anything. SubhanAllah. How it doesn't do anything? All these big numbers when they go out and protest, people who make the decisions, they're not gonna change their mind at all. They're not gonna think twice before they continue supporting the genocide. They're not gonna do anything. They will. They have to. They have to listen to the people in the streets. These hundreds of thousands here and there in London, in Washington, and here and there and everywhere. They have to hear them. They cannot ignore all these thousands of people, right? And these protests raise the awareness of other people who don't know what's going on, right? Right or no? People see people shouting, let's see, what are they talking about? Then they go, they check the news. If they're guided to the right channel of news, they will see. Then they might stand by us. We were holding signs here somewhere, and one person, he's not a Muslim, he was passing by and he saw the signs and he looked at them and he said, can I stand with you? And he stood with us and he held one of the signs. Okay, so these are the 3 steps. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us of those who listen to the speech and follow its best. Any question about anything we said so far?
There's a question.
Yalla, go.